You're listening to Pet World Radio, and this is the Addictive Reef Keeping with Tyler Johnson. Stay tuned for live chats, expert guests, tips and tricks, product reviews, and many more topics.
Alright guys, so Tyler Johnson here. I figured I'd show you guys the algae scrubber 9 days later, or I guess it'd be 8 days later from the last time I showed it to you guys. So if you guys remember, we're just now getting this established. This algae scrubber's been running for right around a month and a week. So let's go and look at it. Let's see if we have established green turf algae, and we'll check out these other two tanks that are in the process of getting installed in just a moment. Alright guys, so as you guys can see, we're up top. This is the sump for my 40 breeder right here. Got my skimmer right here. Water enters into this chamber and then rolls down this mesh screen right here that is clipped in there, and that little tank right there drains via toilet flapper. So as you guys can see, the toilet ball is about ready to pop, and as it pops, that water is going to surge about 3 gallons of water down into my 40, and it's going to give air to my algae scrubber so the algae can grow and remove nitrates and phosphates. It's basically a nutrient exporter. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it out, and we'll go ahead and check it out and see how well it is. So as you guys can see, this is only 8 days later. I think we have established green turf algae, my friends. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this down. We'll go ahead and scrape it again, and then we'll check it again in 9 days. Now guys, remember, it's just going to keep getting thicker and thicker from here on out. You can see down in here in this corner right here, it hasn't established a good colony there yet. So maybe in 9 days from now, after I clean this thing, that whole thing will be full now. So let's go clean this out. So like I've said in previous videos, guys, basically, if you're not familiar with an ATS, algae turf scrubber, it's a form of filtration for your saltwater tanks and even freshwater tanks. So every 7 days or once a month, people will get a plastic card and scrape that mesh canvas free of this algae and basically just leave this green hue behind and place it back in the sump. And what you're doing, guys, is you're exporting nutrients, just like what a skimmer does, by putting waste inside a collection cup and you dumping it out. But microalgae, guys, is the top-notch way of removing any type of organics in water naturally. It's by far way better than macroalgae. So the greener the growth, the thicker the turf, the better it's going to do at exporting that stuff out. So basically, guys, I'm going to try to do this one-handed, and you guys can see it's just coming off real easy. Now another trick too, guys, is scraping it with a hacksaw blade every single time, and what that does is that scrapes this mesh up and gives the algae a better way of grabbing onto the mesh instead of sloughing off when the colony gets larger. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this out, and I'll show you guys what's left. Alright guys, so I just got done cleaning that, and as you guys can see, that, you know, not that much, about the same as what we had last week, but the difference is now, guys, there's absolutely maybe 1% of its brown algae, and before it was probably right around 35%. So what we have done, guys, is we are encouraging the green turf to grow, and I encourage you guys to keep scraping it every 7 days, because if you don't, all you're doing is killing the green turf that's down below, and you want that to really come back nice and strong. So I'm going to go install this back on my tank, and we'll go ahead and take a look
at how my tank is doing.
Alright guys, so here's my tank. I've pretty much been keeping an eye on it after this ATS has really been starting to take off, and keeping an eye on the algae and everything like that. And I haven't noticed a significant drop in algae growth. If anything, it has basically stayed the same, and you know, it hasn't progressed to a worse state. I struggle with hair algae in this tank a lot due to the fact of the surge that I have that happens every few minutes, as I showed you guys above with the toilet flapper. It introduces a lot of air into a tank that's not very big. So as you guys can see, it just consumes the whole tank in those bubbles. That's an easy fix if I change the design to maybe a Carlson. I have it set up Bornemann style. It's just my favorite because it's fast. I know it's a bit loud, but when I add these tanks into the system, the 12-gallon long and the 5.5 frag tank, I will possibly change the design of the surge to a Carlson, which is a U-siphon. It's a pipe that goes like this, and as the water reaches the top, it starts siphoning from the bottom of that container that you have it installed in. But not too sure if I'm going to do that or not. But other than that, guys, corals are doing really good. Everything's growing immensely fast. I am having an issue with Astrina stars, and they are eating my zoes, which sucks. I know I need to get a harlequin shrimp, but our local fish store doesn't carry it, and we've been snowed in for a week now, so I haven't basically, you know, forged out there to go and get a harlequin shrimp when the roads are so bad. But I'm pretty pleased with everything. The lights really changed the look of my tank. It's almost more of a shimmer, which I don't really mind. My Tang's doing much better now that I've pulled him out of that system and kind of given him some more one-on-one care. I need to finish the 150-gallon tank in the garage, and then I'll move him in there. So that's about all I have for an update, guys. Hopefully I'll finish this stuff pretty soon, and all of this will be hooked together. Be a frag tank here, black egg crate, 2 levels. Pretty much going to do something that's never been done before. I'm going to have this tank siphon into the bottom of this tank, and then it's going to go into a huge spray bar that'll pretty much provide the whole tank with plenty of flow. I think right around 500 gallons an hour is going to be running through that siphon tube. So, but stay tuned for those updates, guys. I got some more radio shows coming up. I got Bob Feener this weekend, and we're going to basically talk about how to replenish the oceans with coral, what people are doing, and how we can help as aquarists keep our hobby going and self-sustain it. So thanks for watching, guys. Please post a comment down below. Thanks to all my newest subscribers, and thanks to everybody on Facebook. See you guys.